multicellular products of cyanobacteria. They are mostly cyanotoxins that are produced by cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are blue-green algae that share characteristic of both green algae as well as bacteria. It shares its character with blue algae by having photosynthetic pigment like chlorophyll A, carotenoid, phycobilin, and this is autotrophic. That is, it produces its food by photosynthesis. And the bacterial quality is that its genetic material is prokaryotic, and it has an external membrane external to its cell wall that is similar to that of all gram-negative bacteria. That is, it has the outer membrane of this blue-green algae do not retain the crystal violet strain of gram staining. As a result of this outer membrane, the cyanobacteria, they are protected from other antibiotics such as penicillin. They are also protected from detergents, lysozymes, which are antimicrobial enzyme produced by animals. And this lipopolysaccharide is present in cyanobacteria as well as other gram-negative bacteria. Now, all cyanobacteria are not that toxic. Some have endosymbiotic relation with other eukaryotes. And according to whether it is in endosymbiotic relation, it have chloroplast, etioplast, and leucoplast. But now here we are talking about cyanobacteria that produce toxins. Generally, blue-green algae, not all blue-green algae which bloom do not have toxins. Toxins are produced by very few blue-green algal species, and this is dependent, the level of toxicity is dependent upon temperature, pH, and other conditions. This this toxin producing cyanobacteria is mostly found in fresh water, brackish water, as well as saline water. Hello friends, I am Mayantika, and in this video I am going to discuss various aspects of cyanotoxins produced by cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. Now, mostly cyanobacteria like Microcystis, Dolichospermum, and Planktothrix, they are the most common bloom forming algae. Now, microcystis produces microcystin toxin. This microcystis, especially Microcystis aeruginosa, it's a blue-green algae that is found in fresh water that is a bit eutrophied. And it appears as a greenish paint-like layer that accumulates along the shoreline of water body. Generally, when it dries, the dead scum-like bloom, which consists of dead cells, liberate this microcystin. Microcystin toxin is of many types. The microcystin is hepatotoxic, but microcystin LR is neurotoxic. Microcystin LR is most common of all type of microcystins. In Microcystis algae, high temperature it produces bloom, but at lower temperature the toxicity is maximum. This microcystis is spherical in shape, and it is either colonial or it is single depending upon temperature of the water body it is present. This type of microcystis toxicity has been found widely in China, Canada, and US. Also, one of the most important case was the mortality of thousands of flamingos in Kruger National Park, and also mammalian mortality. Those reptilian population that were not affected, like crocodiles were not affected. This Microcystis aeruginosa toxicity in the Kruger National Park was mostly due to the dung and urine that was voided by the resident hippo of the water body. Then is Dolichospermum. Dolichospermum, unlike Microcystis, it is not. It does not occur singly. It is mostly a colonial, and Dolichospermum is planktonic. It occurs like a like an algal mat on the top surface, but this Dolichospermum is mostly found in less eutrophied water. This Dolichospermum, formerly known as Anabaena, is mostly found in fresh water, and being planktonic, we know that it has gas vacuoles that help it to move up the water column or down the water column, depending upon how much gas is there in the gas vesicles. This Dolichospermum is filamentous, unbranched, and it is covered by mucilage. Now, one chief characteristic of this Dolichospermum is that it can fix nitrogen. All cyanobacteria, most of them, they fix nitrogen, so they can grow in very less eutrophied or even oligotrophic water also. So Dolichospermum, on account of its nitrogen fixation and echinates, which are perinating structure, it is very resistant cyanobacteria. This echinate of Dolichospermum, it helps the Dolichospermum overwinter in the in echinate spore form. Dolichospermum bloom also contain other cyanobacteria like Aphanozominum, Gliotricha, Microcystis aeruginosa. So this Dolichospermum produces a wide range of cyanotoxins. One chief cyanotoxins produced by this Dolichospermum is hepatotoxins, that includes mycocystins and cylindrospermim. It also contains neurotoxin that includes anatoxin, saxitoxin, and BMAA. Dolichospermum also, on account of its lipopolysaccharide outer membrane structure, it is also dermatoxic, means it affects the skin. Planktothrix agari, it is another filamentous blue-green algae that form dense scum, and this Planktothrix, earlier known as Oscillatoria, it is mostly found in fresh water, but it can also survive in brackish water, saline water, hot or very cold water also. So it can survive in a wide variety of climatic condition, because it is a nitrogen fixation, and also it is depending upon temperature, it can be either single cell or it can form colony. Usually in very warm and shallow water it forms colonial, and it forms single cell in oligotrophic, means less nutrient condition, and cold water condition. So according to temperature and the nutrient level of water, it can be single cell colonial or it can be planktonic benthic. This Planktothrix agari, it produces mycocystin, which is hepatotoxic. According to the type of toxicity, cyanotoxins can be divided into neurotoxin, that is, it affects the nervous system, both central including central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. When it affects the central nervous system, then there is intellectual disability, memory impairment, epilepsy, that is convulsions, and dementia, that is loss of thought process or forgetfulness. When it affects the peripheral nervous system, then it is manifested in the form of neuropathy and myopathy. This neuropathy and myopathy, which is which affects the muscles, it in turn causes respiratory failure and ultimately death. Hepatotoxin, it affects the liver, because this hepatotoxin is all the type of toxins are they are degraded, but hepatotoxin is mainly degraded by the liver, and it affects the liver in the form of hepatitis, liver cirrhosis, and all the other associated type of problems like a problem with digestion. Cytotoxin, this it affects the cell by affecting the damaging the cellular organization of the various organelles, the cytoskeletal structure, mainly genome, and as a result of which many what to say, the cell signaling process is affected, the cell division is affected, and so ultimately it leads to membrane loss of membrane integrity, and which ultimately either leads to necrosis or apoptosis. Now, this necrosis occurs when the intensity of toxin is very high and the cell does not have time for the elaborate and orderly process of apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. So, necrosis occurs when there is high concentration of toxin, and apoptosis occurs when the concentration of toxin is quite low. So this is the cytotoxin, then nephrotoxin. As the name suggests, the nephrotoxin, it affects the kidney function, causing kidney failure. Endotoxins are those toxins that induce immunogenic response in the form of either inflammatory response of the GI tract or pyrogenic response, that is a fever producing response. Endotoxin, if present in very high concentration, it can produce septic shock. This septic shock is usually very lethal. Dermatoxins, it affects the dermis or the skin layer, and it is manifested in the form of contact dermatitis and other various skin problems. So dermatoxin basically acts as a vesicant, and it can in long term produce tumor and and it is also carcinogenic. So dermatoxin is produced by Muria producta and Oscillatoria nigroviridis. If the cytotoxins are classified on the basis of structure, then we get 5 groups: alkaloid, which includes anatoxin, cylindrospermoxin, guanetoxin, lingbiatoxin, saxitoxin, aticothionotoxin. If it is a cyclic peptide, then it includes microcystin nodularin. The non-proteinogenic amino acid which acts as a toxin is BMAA or beta-methylamino L-alanine. Polyketide toxin is Aplysia toxin. Lipopolysaccharide present in the outer leaflet of the cell membrane of the outer membrane of the all the cyanobacteria and gram-negative bacteria is both dermatoxic and cytotoxic, that is, it induces pyrogenic response. Anatoxin, it is an alkaloid toxin. Anatoxin is produced by Cylindromopsis, Lyngbya, Microcystis oscillatoria, Planktothrix, Formidium, and many other cyanobacteria. This anatoxin is a alkaloid type of toxin, and it is neurotoxic. That is, it produces neural damage in the form of incoherent speech, respiratory paralysis, muscular fasciculation, that is muscle twitch, muscle convolution. And one of the very good example of this anotoxin effect is many flamingo death in Lake Bogoria, which is in Kenya. Many other wild animal death caused by this anotoxin is found in European countries as well as America. So, cylindrospermin. Cylindrospermin is alkaloid type of cyanotoxin. It is produced by many cyanobacteria like Anabina, Aphanozomenon, Rhapidopsis, etc. This cylindrospermopsis is both a hepato as well as nephrotoxin. That is, it affects the liver as well as the kidney. This cylindrospermopsin, it causes damage to both DNA, RNA as well as protein synthesis. So it mainly affects the genetic material, DNA, RNA and protein synthesis, which means that it is both tumorogenic and carcinogenic. As the cylindrospermopsis is mainly it is mainly neutralized in the liver, so it affects the liver. As a result, it also produces associated gastrointestinal problem like gastroenteritis, hepatitis, and when it affects the kidney, it mainly causes kidney failure. It can also affect the, as it is a neurogenic, it can affect the neurons, so ultimately leading to the respiratory failure. Saxitoxin. Saxitoxin is it is a neurotoxin, and it is also called paralytic cell fish poisoning toxin, because this saxitoxin, it accumulates in the body of shellfishes like clam, mussel, oyster and scallop. So we human, we also feed on this type of shellfishes, and if we eat the toxin contaminated shellfish, then it will cause this type of neurotoxic damage. Saxitoxin is of various types like neurosaxitoxin, saxitoxin, guanylutoxin. This saxitoxin is produced both by the green algae like dinoflagellates and cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae. Among the dinoflagellates, it is produced by Alexandrium, Gymnodinium, Pyrodinium, and among the cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, it is produced by Dolichospermum, Lyngbya, Aphanizomenon, Cylindrospermopsis, Anabina plus aqua. So, this neurotoxin mainly affect by blocking the channel, and all other neurotoxins, they actually create ionic imbalance at the synaptic, postsynaptic, presynaptic synapse region. Microcystins. Microcystins is produced by Anabina haptosiphon, Microcystis, nostoc, Planktothrix, oscillatoria, and Formidium. These are all freshwater algae, and this microcystin, depending upon what type of microcystin it is, can be hepatotoxic as well as neurotoxic. This microcystin, as it is broken down by various proteases in the liver, it affects the liver mostly, and the associated symptoms will include diarrhea, nausea, vomit, uh, having blisters in the mouth, sore throat, and also this microcystin is a bit carcinogenic. This microcystin is the alkaloid type of, sorry, it is a not alkaloid, it is a short peptide type of cyanotoxin. It is one of the good example of microsystem toxicity can be found in Lake Eyre, that is which is in America. This lake, there is there is bloom which mainly produces microsystems. Other toxins include lipopolysaccharide. Now, lipopolysaccharide, as it is present in the outer membrane of the all the cyanobacteria as well as gram-negative, so it is very common with the different type of cyanobacteria. And this cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, when they die or when they undergo the multiplication, the lipopolysaccharide, some of it is released in the atmosphere. Now, this lipopolysaccharide is both hepatotoxic as well as neurotoxic. This lipopolysaccharide is degraded by the liver, so it causes liver excess pressure on the liver, and it causes this stress, oxidative stress, it causes liver cirrhosis. In the due course of time, if the lipopolysaccharide amount is very high, it can also cause various immunogenic response, because this lipopolysaccharide, it is recognized by TLR, that is toll-like receptor 4. So all the immunogenic response can cause septic shock, which is lethal. It can cause death. Aplysia toxin. Aplysia toxin is produced by Lyngbya, Schizothrax, Oscillatoria, Anabina and Spirulina. Now, Aplysia toxin is both tumorigenic as well as carcinogenic. It is also a dermatoxin, that is, it produces contact dermatitis. So, this Aplysia toxin is a polyketide type of toxin. BMAA. BMAA or beta methyl amino L-alanine, it is a very it is non-proteinogenic amino acid type of cyanotoxin. So this is generally found in Planktothrix and also Nostoc Microcystis anabina. This is a neurotoxin and it produces various type of neurotoxic diseases, neurodegenerative diseases like amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Parkinson's and Alzheimer. Other type of toxins are Lyngbya toxin, that is produced mostly by Lyngbya, and this is both cytotoxic, that is involves the cell structure and dermatoxic. Calcitoxin, it is also produced by Lyngbya and it is neurotoxic. Also is anti-letoxin, which is also produced by Lyngbya, also it is neurotoxic. Microviridin. Now microviridin, it is produced mostly by Microcystis viridis, Nostoc and Planktothrix. This microviridin is a tricyclic peptide, and this is this affects the insects as well. It affects the insect by disrupting the molting process of insect. As a result, it leads to death of the insect. This is mainly found in the temperate region, especially European countries, Japan, US, Canada and southern part of Australia. Microviridin, mostly it acts as a serine protease inhibitor. As a result, it does not help in the functioning of protease. Nodularin, it is produced by Nodularia spumigena. This Nodularia spumigena It is a produces nodularine and it is hepatotoxic. It is also a protein phosphate inhibitor. And it apart having hepatotoxic effect, it also has neurotoxic effects. With this, I come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching the video. Please, if you liked the video, please share and subscribe. Share the video with your friends and subscribe it to get more such videos update. If you have any queries regarding this video, you can write it in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video.